In the name of God the Almighty, peace to you. Today I will speak about why weapons and armies are pure evil. I know that the notion that every nation has to have an army has been going now for ages. First of all, they were empires and kingdoms, and then changed into countries and political divisions and all these things. However, weapons have been always something that are destructive, and nothing ever good comes from war. Uh, I think every wise person, every sane person agrees with what I am saying. However, some people will say, but we have to defend ourselves. That's why we are keeping armies, and that's why we call the Ministry of Defense. So that's what they try to let their people understand. Every nation and every because also some nations has militias worldwide, and they spread weapons for the sake of control, for the sake of wealth, for the sake of influence in this or that country. First of all, we have to understand that all these nationalistic, feelings that have been running high since the collapse of the empire systems, and now, we can speak about that since World War One, and about the countries and the nationalist pride of this or that nation, and that led to two world wars, and yet we are yet to learn the lessons. Uh, I, it's funny that even now with the memorial, of course, we are sorry for the loss of lives, for these young men who lost their lives and young women who lost their lives for absolute nothing other than, you know, power show, or some mediocre minds were receptive to destruction, were receptive to illegal competition. And it's clear by now that all these grand words they use to to push you into an army or to become a soldier or something, speaking about they die for our freedom. Our freedom from who? Our freedom from what? Have the United Kingdom, for example, or France, or Germany, or any nation where under, well, Germany at the time was Prussia, they were under control or by somebody else when they started World War One, for example. So they died for what freedom? The soldiers they sent in millions to their fate. And then World War Two, even worse. And people speak about freedom, die for our freedom. From what? Freedom from our stupidity, freedom from our insanity, freedom from our greed, freedom from our selfish. Wish it was the case, because if it was the case, we could have dropped all weapons worldwide instead of becoming and joining a race between two powerful nations like Soviet Union and United States. And it's the same similar case up till now with new power emerging, new people who want more power in regions like Iran and North Korea and all these countries. So we never learn the lesson, and when we try to fix things, like for example building the European Union after the end of the World War II, It comes also from an idea of pure materialism, of pure economic reason. It's not coming from values or from morals or any something of substance. And that's why at any moment of debate or argument about economic benefit for any country of this union, this country will leave immediately. So we are trying to cheat our way into unions, and that's why we any union is not lasting much. So all these unions are very young and they die young. After World War I, there was the what they call the League of Nations or something, and then when World War II started, they dissolved it, and then after World War II they built the United Nations, and now United Nations is worthless. It couldn't stop any war that happened since World War II, like for example Iraq War. It didn't stop it. It didn't stop their agents there for peacekeepers in Bosnia, between Bosnia and Serbia. They didn't do anything when the massacres happened. They are just superficial at best. They blah 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 and nothing else. So we are living in a world that's not learning lessons. And the moment, actually, I believe that I need an army to protect me or a weapon to protect me against my brother in humanity, that moment is the moment that I lost faith in humanity. I lost my own humanity too. So that's, people do not understand that. People just want to believe that they are better than others, or that they are smarter than others, or that they are very special more than others. And all these are pride, coming from arrogance, and that always, even if it lasts for us a couple of decades, it will end badly. So all what has been happening in the world in the last 100 or 120 years is crazy. All these weaponizing of nations, all building all the armies. Even now they are saying that we don't want to send our children to war. We send robots. We can, do artificial intelligence to do war for us. But who they are going to kill anyway? What are they going to destroy? Houses, cities, villages, people. In the end, who there will be victims, regardless of if the armies waging the wars are robots or humans. There will be victims among people, and there will be destruction, and nothing good comes out of war. So as I said, the moment I believe that I need a weapon, or I need an army to protect me against my neighbor or against the closest country to me, that means I lost faith in humanity, and I lost even my own humanity. When I sign up to this, all these titles, believe in our flag, believe in our nation, believe they die for our freedom. Freedom from what and from whom? As if I am a human and the other country are not humans, or I don't know. It's just it's just a state of divisions built on lies and people taking it to the heart, and whatever. It's enough to, very recently what happened in the Karabakh area between Armenia and Azerbaijan is another example of the hatred and the division war can bring about. Immediately, people who are, for example, Christians, were sympathizing with Armenia. The people who are Mohammedans were sympathizing with Azerbaijan. And all this blah 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 feelings of, hatred come up to the surface. Either nationalistically, religiously, any kind. I mean, it's always the same. It's always the devil game of greed and lust and it's incredible. It's incredible that we are still talking about this as we walk into the third decade of the 21st century. I just can't believe what I'm saying. And we are still selling weapons worldwide. Each and every country that produce weapons still selling it. To whom they are selling it? How, for example, ISIS or Al Qaeda or Boko Haram or any any militia worldwide, where are they getting their weapons from? Are they producing themselves? No, of course not. So it's always the same game. It's always the same game of death, destruction, in the name, sometimes in the name of nationalism, sometimes in the name of religion, sometimes in the name of human rights, sometimes. We can pretend to do whatever we want as long as we like to enjoy killing each other. That's why every army is evil. Every weapon made is evil. Every weapon industry is evil. Every money spent for such things is evil. Why no one is talking about, waging wars against Comoros or Switzerland or I don't know what country that has no, you know, uh, no will or no wish to be powerful or to build an army or to go attack other countries and all these things. If you are peaceful, if you are self-sufficient, no one will harm you. So if each country believes in this and live their people for each other, they don't need an army. But as long as we love labelism and believe the lies of nationalism and religions and all these things and everything that make us feel proud in a false identity, that make us feel better than others because we belong to this nation or we are born there or we have this skin color or we our parents follow this or that religion. When are we going to step out of labels? Once you step out of label, you regain your humanity, and you don't need to carry weapons. I mean, the law of God was since the beginning, since the first sons of Adam, Cain and Abel, it has been, do not raise your hand to kill your brother. That was the main wisdom, and it has been going up till now. Even if someone comes to kill me, I will not defend myself because I know that this mortal life is a test. But people who are believing in materialism, who are believing that we are living in a jungle and the strong eats the weak, and they don't believe in an afterlife and they don't believe in a judgment day, they allow themselves to go uh, kill, steal, whatever they can because they can. So I don't belong to this category of people. If you, I know many people say you are living in another planet or something, but this is the way to win eternity, to be peaceful, to call for peace, to always stand against war. And as I said, of course, there is, allowance if someone attacked your country to defend yourself, just mere defense, that's okay. But if you even don't have weapons or don't have armies, even better, because there is an afterlife and there is an eternity, and you will be the winner there. Because the afterlife and the eternity will be given to those who are not arrogant, to those who are not killers, to those who are not criminals, to those who are peaceful, to those who are in control over their emotions, to those who are resolved, to those who are, wants to serve humanity uh, selflessly, not to those who are selfish, who are greedy, who wants to be arrogant, who are happy with their arrogance, who wants, and even if you look now, because these people are dying, I mean, the soldiers are dying for nothing, and they know it. And now that's why you have a high rate of veterans, whether in the United States or in the UK or in Russia or anywhere in the world where have large armies and missions worldwide, and they are either committing suicide, either they are giving, lessons against wars, against what. So they know that there is nothing there. There is nothing moral by being a part of an army. Because who are you going to fight? Another human being. So what's the point? Because my parents were born in Syria or in Iraq or in the UK, or your parents were born in Germany or somewhere else. And many people now nowadays are, for example, having a father from Germany and mother from the UK, for example. So we are all brothers and sisters. When are we going to step out of labels to when we want to build unions and unity? It has to come from morals, from a humanitarian reason, not from economical reason, not from money sake, for money's sake, not for free trade, not all this garbage they like what the European Union is built on. That's why it's very easy whenever a country feels, for example, that some other country in the union is taking benefit, economical benefit on their back, they always protest, and that won't work. Either you come from love and a brotherhood, or you never come into a union. We have to understand that pride always comes before a fall. It has been the rule always, even if you enjoyed your pride for 100 years or 200 years or even 500 years, it will collapse one day on your head. I mean, the United States has been given a chance, big chance, when the Soviet Union collapsed peacefully. It has been given a great chance to lead the world into a better place, but they didn't, especially since the beginning of this century. So we have, as I said, to remove weapons worldwide. We have to dissolve armies. We have to start doing so gradually as soon as possible, or heavens will do it for us. And that won't be gently at all, very violent. So that's it from me today. Peace to you all.